How's it going, y'all? Welcome to Garage 32. My name's Jared, and today we are running NASCAR Pickup Cup at Phoenix. This is actually the old configuration of Phoenix, so you can see the start-finish line is actually in a sensible location. We got no paved dogleg here. Just in general, I feel like this track races a lot better than New Phoenix, so I think this will be a fun race. We are, according to the relative, rolling off in 5th, but it looks like the top 2 trucks might be starting for pit lane, so we may actually be rolling off 3rd here. But yeah, 25-lap race, no cautions. This is an unranked series, so no iRating or safety rating on the line. Really just trying to have fun and hopefully have a good race here. As you can see there, no restart zone for this series. It's pretty much pace car off and you send it. Oh, we got a good jump there, but got a terrible exit off of 2 there. Rear was dancing all over on me. So we might have a looker on our inside here. Try to take the low lane through 3 and 4. I gotta say, 3 and 4 on this track, they gotta be my favorite corners on just about any oval. I mean, they're kind of flat. You can run a couple different lanes, and it's just so fun to try to balance the truck through there. And really, you know, you're working the throttle, you're trail braking in. I don't know, it's just a really fun time. Which I never used to like this track back in like some of the NASCAR video games, but since I started driving on iRacing, I've really started to have an appreciation for Phoenix and just how tricky it is. I mean, it's asymmetric at both ends. It's a very different approach to 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4. Like 3 and 4, I almost like to enter a little bit higher, run a lane up. Yeah, top 2 are definitely starting to get away from us. Not too surprised. There were a couple guys who were bad fast during qualifying. We've got the Ford truck behind us. Oh, he's lost it! Alright, so that takes away a little bit of the pressure from behind us. Now we got to just focus our attention out front and see if we can make some inroads on the top 2. Looks like those guys may start battling. Still think they're probably going to be quicker than me, but we'll see if we can maybe play the long game here. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm really liking that kind of low exit there. It's like a higher lane on entry, you run maybe 1 lane up off the bottom, but then on exit, you're hugging that dotted white line for pit entry. And I don't know, you get a really good drive off in these trucks, because they are quite squirrely on throttle. Alright, looks like the leaders are coming up on a lap car here. Alright, that is not a name I recognize from running Pickup Cup. Looked like he was fairly respectful though, so not too concerned coming up on him. He's got a fair amount of damage though. Just have to be cognizant of that when we go to overtake.
Outside clear. The leader consider
28.8. I don't know, what am I running right now? Last was a 28.8, okay. So we are actually keeping pace with the leaders, but I think lap traffic may have had something to do with that. We'll see. Even this, with this only being a 25-lap race, tire management still does come into play a little bit. So I don't want to burn my stuff off too much. Trying to send it right off the bat. I know with the way I drive, I do have a tendency to burn that right front tire off, so definitely got to be friendly to that. Looks like the number 2 behind me, I don't know, he's staying pretty level on the Delta. But I see he's running another lane up even from where I'm running in 3 and 4. Don't know if I dare run that high. Kind of got a lane that works for me, and I'm going to stick with it. And I tell you, running this really makes me miss the old Phoenix. I think there still is some value in the current configuration. Obviously the restarts are quite entertaining, but this just feels, I don't know, it's got more of a proper short track feel to it. Especially 3 and 4. I know I've said it already, but man, I just love the line you gotta run, and love how you're playing with the balance of the truck the whole way through it. It's just really engaging and fun to lap around here. Oh, and it looks like we got a battle for the lead up front. As I've said before, I don't think I quite have the pace to hang with the leaders outright, but if they start mixing it up, maybe I can be opportunistic and have something to say about the end of this. Granted, I say that, and we're already 3 seconds back, so I think it's really going to take either me finding a little bit of pace or them having some problems for me to truly get there. We are starting to pull on P4, though, so that's nice. Well, as I say that, I have a horrible entry into 1, wash up through the middle of 1 and 2, and exit wasn't atrocious, but still probably cost me a little bit of time, and crucially cost me those sweet, sweet tires. Just looking at the deltas, we are starting to pull on the top 2, but as I said, I don't know if it's necessarily a big enough delta where I can get there in the, what, 13 laps we got left? Still trying to be as kind as I can to that right front. As soon as it starts going tight on me, I'm going to have trouble keeping pace. Trying to almost get it a little loose on entry with the brakes, but then you can see there mid-corner I had to put a lot of wheel in it, probably starting to scrub that right front tire. Oh, we got a good battle up there now. They're starting to get side by side. I think they're still keeping it fairly clean and respectful. But I am hoping those two running side by side will maybe drag each other back to me a little bit. But looks like they've gotten back out single file, and I don't know now if that number 1's going to maybe start making pace and pull away. Alright, we're continuing to pull a little bit of a gap here on number 2 and P4. So I obviously don't want to speak too soon, but I think as long as we can hold this pace, we're on for a pretty good finish here. Just need to keep her clean, not do anything too stupid or rash. I felt like a really good drive off that corner that time. Definitely feel the tires starting to wear. I'm having to back up the entry a little bit to still be able to make the bottom. Whole right front really is not liking that line through 1 and 2. Might have to move up a groove. But 3 and 4, I tell you what, that line I'm running, I'm still really liking that. Like the attitude of the truck. I think I maybe overdid it a little bit there. Again, putting too much wheel into it, but I'm actually starting to make a little bit of time here on the number 19 in second. But I think it might be a case of too little too late here. We're going to try and run a higher line there. Had to just breathe the throttle. I was afraid of smacking the wall, and I managed to smack it anyway, so great job me. Oof. Again, I'm still just being a little too aggressive on entry, getting greedy, and then like mid-corner it kind of washes up on me. Pace isn't bad. We're falling away from P1 a fair bit, but still keep in touch with P2. It's maybe kind of ebbing and flowing by a tenth. That really is kind of the thing with Pickup Cup, is as much as it tends to be pretty chaotic on super speedways if you got any kind of draft going. For the most part, these races at, Phoenix, Charlotte, any of the non-drafting tracks that they run in the rotation, they tend to spread out pretty quick after you get, a couple guys in incidents, thins the field out a little bit. And truth be told, as much as this series, people, sometimes like to dunk on it because the driving standards are a little all over the place, as I just give the wall a little love tap.
You've got 5 laps to go. We're in a podium position.
Yeah, as much as people do like to kind of dunk on this series, I do actually think it's got its place. If you're newer to oval racing, maybe you don't want the pressure of iRating or safety rating quite yet, and you really want to learn how to do it right, this is a really good environment in which to do it. Again, here in Top Split, there are at least a couple of guys who are pretty good, pretty clean and respectful, and every now and then you can have some pretty good battles. Oh, we got trouble up in front. Somebody spinning. Hold the brake, dude. Hold the brake. Alright. We're past that. Just need to try and keep our nose clean for a few more laps. We're continuing to pull a gap over P4, so I think at this point a third place is looking pretty likely unless anything crazy happens. Starting to lose touch a little bit with P2. I think I'm just overdriving a little bit, maybe not doing the absolute best I could here. Couple little bobbles here, a couple little scrapes with the wall, but also been a fairly clean race for me overall, so fairly happy with that. Alright, let's maybe try running a lane up here, see if that has any benefit here for drive off. Felt alright, but I think I'm still liking my standard line for 3 and 4. Alright, try to roll that center here. Really just bring it home. No need to do anything too aggressive. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to have to try and pass this lapper here. I think I got enough of the gap behind me to just ride, not take any unnecessary risks. Alright, here we go, through 3 and 4 for the final time. Just keep it nice and tidy. Oh, looks like the 19 overcooked it. I don't know quite what happened there, but he had some kind of problem. I think he's still going to get us at the line, but he's got issues. Alright, checkered flag, and that's P3. Oh! Sorry, 5, I didn't mean to come up on you there.
It looks like you've got some engine trouble. You've probably lost some power. Great job.
Yeah, that was maybe not the brightest move for me there at the end, but other than that, it was a pretty clean race. I think pretty fun overall. And yeah, I tell you what, I really do like this Pickup Cup series. And it's just some good fun every now and then to step back, not worry about safety rating, iRating, and really just have a good battle with some guys. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Hope to see you in the next one.